Hello, welcome back. Once again, it is time for the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days, where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it has been a constant source of comic book shop style conversations, the kind I wish to recreate here today with you right now. We are using this 365 days book for its intended purpose. We are going to look at some comic book art from an antediluvian age. We're going to open the book to today's date, which is October the 12th. Then we're going to look at some art from an antediluvian age. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. We've been doing it all year. Look up the playlist. You can catch up on almost a year's worth of content. We only got 2.5 more months to go, and it's been a great trip. Thank you so much for being part of it. You are the most important part of this show. This conversation that we're having, that we keep having, so keep leaving the comments, keep coming by. I'm thrilled, and I'm glad that we're spending time together talking about a mutual love, comic books and superheroes. And the golden age of DC Comics runs between 1938 and 1955. The Silver Age between 1956 and 1970. The Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby myself, from 1970 until 1985. And the Copper Age begins in 1985. I've cobbled together these standards from using the most current edition of the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide and its glossary, which has handy definitions of the ages, some industry standards, you know what I mean? Good enough for me, and it's good enough to be my foundation for what I like to elaborate on after that. 2 other books that I like to put under your nose, since I'm suggesting some comic book shop style conversation. You got to arm yourself, and you know what I mean? Use that noodle, huh? And fill that noodle up with some delicious broth. I'm sorry, that's some weak soup. Oh my goodness, the puns. Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art by Scott McCloud, and How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by Stan Lee and John Buscema. There are links to all of these publications in the description to their Amazon pages, especially this one. This is a 2004 Abrams press publication, written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. So yeah, check out those Amazon links and get your own copy. I like to just respect this book. You know, it's a constant source of comic book conversation with me, and I'm so happy to share this with you. I've had this book for years. I thought reading this book would just make excellent content and entertaining content that we can all relate to as geeks and comics fans. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get to it. I hope that you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Over and out. Cheers. This is October 12th. It's art by Fred Gardenier from Action Comics number 16, September of 1939. Zatara gestures and meteors bombard Saturn. Watch further, Ool. Wow, kind of spacey, huh? What's going on here? It's magic, you know. In The Terror from Saturn, Zatara the Master Magician uses his powers, or are they merely illusions, to turn away an interplanetary invasion. When worlds collide, he and Ool, he is the leader of Saturn's hostile forces, have a ringside seat. But as the fight goes out of Ool, as Earth appears to knock a chunk out of Saturn. So yes, it's Zatara using his magic to prevent an invasion of outer space aliens. Yeah, I'm going to say I got nothing else to really say about Zatara, the magician. Maybe I catch myself referring to his daughter Zatanna as Zatara. But her name is Zatara. That's her last name, her family name. But her first name, it's Zatanna. And I've caught myself a few times when we talk about Zatara, Giovanni Zatara. I always mention his daughter, the legacy, the inheritrix of his powers, prestige, and magic show. That would be Zatanna Zatara and his daughter. So Zatanna is the magician, the master, or the maestra magician of the DC universe. She's the magician of the Justice League of America, and she has the top hat and the fishnet stockings and allure and beautiful, and she's a funny character. I love Zatanna. But today, I mean, I've shown this before, and this is a Silver Age comic book, and this was the second copy of this I had. I had this comic book as a child. How they got my parents, or my mom, or someone to pay $2 for this. Maybe I had $2 on me. But this is the Legion of Superheroes, 1978, oversized special. The wedding of Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad, indeed. And this is 1978. I was 5 going on 6. And so I would have had this in 79. You know what I mean? 6 going on 7. And I've literally grown up with this very magazine. And so this is a beat-up copy I found and rescued from the garbage. I was walking home and after a party, and the next day was garbage day, and so there was a bin of just open magazines, and I looked, I saw my old friend here, and I had to take him with me, but he's so beat up. I mean, you can't read this because, I mean, it's just turning to dust, literally. See, can you see my eye? Aye. Yeah. There's holy funny book, Batman. That's not really funny. So I don't have the heart to throw this out because it's a relic. It's a holy relic. Maybe I'll just seal it up and put it into a time capsule. Because I was at my local comic book shop and I was looking at some back issues. They had this great sale for like buy 2 get 1 free. And what caught my eye on that rack was the summer of 1981's Marvel banner ad that I'm trying to get as many as I can. The Olympia, win an Olympia racer 10-speed bike ad. I love those. Those were just a wheelhouse of when I really started buying comic books all the time from my local corner store. A bodega, you might call it, but our corner stores back then had spinner racks and newsstands, and you can buy comic books. So I found this on the wall, and I was like, I'm taking you home. I have a home for you. Yes. Isn't that cool? I haven't opened her up yet. Let's look at her. I want to look at the cover inside-outside ads. I paid $40 for this. This is a Silver Age. No, this is Bronze Age, sorry. This is a Bronze Age publication. Oh, the pages are nice and fresh and not yellow. Look at this Mike Grell art. Oh, my goodness. Let's look inside. The Making of the Myth. Yeah. Get this big page here. The Indicia. This is the all-new collector's edition, volume 7, number C55, 1978. Published quarterly by DC Comics. So it's Indicia right there. The Indicia is the information that all of these comic books will have one of these. And it'll give you the title. It'll give you the volume number. It'll give you the issue number and its publication date. And then the particulars about the publisher itself, such as their name, their address, and also usually a disclaimer, all rights reserved. The stories and characters and incidents mentioned in this magazine are entirely fictional. No actual persons, living and dead, are intended or should be inferred. Printed in the USA. And interesting. This periodical may not be sold except by authorized dealers and is sold subject to the conditions that it shall not be sold or distributed with any part of its coverings or markings removed, nor in a mutilated condition, nor affixed to, nor as part of any advertising, literary, or pictorial matter whatsoever. Am I breaking some kind of law? No. But let's look at this last page, the inside page. I haven't seen this in so long. Look at that. Joe Orlando, the editor. Michael John Grell, Paul Levitz, Jack Abel, Vince Coletta, But oh my goodness, it's so nice to have a fresh and readable copy of this. This is one of my favorite stories. It's Superboy. Look, here we go. We brought you back to 1978, Cal. And Superboy is about, in his late teens. I love this era of Superboy. This is great. I also liked how Superboy and Wildfire don't get along. And this is the issue where they kind of like come to loggerheads and have their conflict and get over it. You know what I mean? And they were always teammates and could count on each other, but they didn't like each other very much. In the back of this, we have awesome art. We have this like a little glossary, and we had strong, stunning females. We had diversity, and and here is the 1978 Legion of Superheroes. Ain't this cool? I love this stuff, yeah. And I'm just so happy to have this back in my life. Yeah. See? Right there. At the end of it all, Superboy, we've sure had our differences, but after today, anybody who says you're not the greatest is going to have to answer to me. Isn't that cool? Yeah. May you two get along with your opposite number and at least find the common ground of respect to get to work and to get the job done. But yeah, we're taking today just to appreciate this. You're retired, old friend, and you're never probably going to get read, maybe like once a year or so. But it's so great to have a copy of this again. $40. But guess what? That is the going price of these the old publications, the vintage stuff. It has its own demand. You are getting sealed. Back up. Thank you so very much. We've been talking about comic books. We have. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day. We have all year, or we're gonna for the rest of the year. Look at the playlist. There's a playlist on how to get into comic books. Simple. You can start with me. Suggest me to someone that you know is getting into comic books. Send them my way. We got room for noobs to veterans. The coffee table is big enough for all of us. So good luck. Namaste. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Cheers. Bye-bye.